Welcome back. In today's video, we're taking an in-depth look at two iconic Australian 50-cent coins, all of which hold significant value in today's market. Not only do these coins carry historical significance, but they also feature unique designs, making them highly sought after by collectors. Worldwide, we explore the potential of these coins in today's auction market, each valued in the tens of thousands, and in one case, potentially over $100,000. First up, we have the Australian 50-cent coin commemorating the discovery of Bass Strait, minted in 1998. This coin, which marks an important milestone in Australia's history, is highly coveted by collectors, especially those who specialize in Australian numismatics. What sets this coin apart is not just its design, but also its rare condition, which can significantly increase its market value. If you own one of these coins in its pristine state, it's possible you could be looking at a collector's item worth a small fortune. The discovery of Bass Strait coin was issued in 1998 to commemorate the bicentenary of the exploration of Bass Strait. Bass Strait, named after the British navigator George Bass, separates Tasmania from the Australian mainland. The coin's design features an image of George Bass aboard his ship, the Norfolk, with the strait depicted in the background. The design is elegant and encapsulates the historical significance of this body of water, making it a favorite among Australian coin collectors. In terms of mintage, the coin was struck in large numbers, but despite this, certain conditions and errors can make the coin much more valuable. When looking at the current market value, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in its appraisal. Coins that are in dirty or worn-out condition often have a reduced value, but even these coins can hold strong historical worth. In the case of the black-colored, dirty condition coins, these can fetch substantial amounts depending on the extent of the tarnishing and wear. Some collectors have been known to pay high amounts for these tarnished coins, as long as they are still legible and maintain most of the design features. One of the main reasons for the high market value of the discovery of Bass Strait coin lies in its association with a major milestone in Australian history. This coin is part of a series of Australian coins commemorating different events in the country's past, making it a valuable addition to any collection. As for market prices, recent auction results have shown that even coins in less than perfect condition can command prices of around $100,000, with mint condition examples being worth even more. In particular, coins with minting errors, such as misalignments or double strikes, have seen some of the highest bids at auction. Now, let's take a closer look at the second coin that's sure to grab the attention of serious collectors. The 1971 Australian 50-cent coin featuring the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This coin is a milestone in Australian coinage, as it marks the introduction of the dodecagonal 12-sided shape for the 50-cent coin. This coin's design is significant not only for its historical context, but also for the unique shape, which makes it stand out from the usual round coins of the time. The 1971 50-cent coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, which was designed by Arnold Machin, the British sculptor. On the reverse, the coin features an Australian kangaroo and an emu, two animals that have become synonymous with the Australian identity. The design is simple yet effective, capturing the essence of the country and its natural wildlife. This coin was the first in a series of Australian coins that adopted the dodecagonal shape, which was done to differentiate the 50-cent coin from the rest of the country's coinage. In terms of mintage, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin was produced in large quantities, making it relatively common in circulation. However, the condition in which it survives plays a major role in its current market value. Coins that have been well preserved and retain their original shine and detail are highly valued. Those in circulated condition are worth a decent amount, but not nearly as much as the pristine versions. A coin in circulated condition, even with visible wear and tear, can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in auction, depending on demand and the collector's interest in this particular issue. While the 1971 50-cent coin is generally not as rare as some other Australian coins, it does carry a certain level of prestige due to its unique design and the fact that it was part of the first group of coins to feature a dodecagonal shape. The historical value of this coin, coupled with the continued interest in Australian numismatics, means that collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for coins in excellent condition. In fact, the value of a coin in circulated condition can reach upwards of $10,000 to $30,000 in some auction markets, especially when the coin is graded highly by professionals. Collectors are particularly interested in this coin because of its limited production run. Though large numbers were initially minted, the 1971 dodecagonal 50-cent coin is considered a transitional piece in Australian coinage, bridging the gap between the older round 50-cent coins and the new, distinctive 12-sided design. Coins that have survived in better condition, particularly those with minimal wear, are especially sought after. As with many other valuable coins, the presence of errors can drive up the value even further. In the case of the 1971 50-cent coin, a few minting errors have been reported over the years, including coins that were struck off-center or had double strikes. These errors are extremely rare, and when they do appear, they can significantly increase the market value of the coin. If you happen to come across a 1971 50-cent coin with any of these errors, you might find yourself in possession of a truly valuable piece that could fetch upwards of $100,000 or more in auction. In terms of collector interest, the 1971 Australian 50-cent coin is often considered a must-have for serious numismatists, especially those who focus on Australian coinage. Its iconic design, historical significance, and unique shape make it a valuable addition to any collection. Collectors appreciate the coin not only for its aesthetic appeal, but also for the story it tells about Australia's evolving coinage and its cultural identity. Next up, we talk about iconic Australian coins. One coin that immediately comes to mind is the 1973 Australia 50 cents coin, featuring the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. It's a coin that's not only valuable but steeped in historical significance, making it a must-have for collectors. The design of this coin, coupled with its rarity, makes it a standout piece in any collection. The year 1973 marked a significant change for Australian coinage. Prior to this year, the Australian 50-cent coin was round. However, in 1966, the Royal Australian Mint introduced a new dodecagonal 12-sided shape for this coin, making it an immediate symbol of modern Australian currency. The introduction of the 12-sided 50-cent coin also coincided with the country's transition to decimal currency. By the time 1973 rolled around, the coin had been in circulation for 7 years, but it was in 1973 that the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II was officially featured on the coin. This portrait, created by the artist Arnold Machan, was an update to the first image that had appeared on Australian coins for years. The design of the 1973 50-cent coin is quite stunning. The reverse features a stylized Australian coat of arms, which includes a kangaroo and an emu, with the Southern Cross constellation displayed above. This coat of arms has deep symbolic meaning for Australians, representing the nation's wildlife, history, and its place within the Southern Hemisphere. Meanwhile, the obverse of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was still very much the reigning monarch at the time and continues to hold this position today. As far as the mintage of this particular coin goes, it's a relatively rare piece, especially in higher grades of circulation. The total mintage for the 1973 dodecagonal 50-cent coin was over 28 million. But what makes the coin truly valuable is its condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can fetch high prices at auction, and it's not unusual to see this particular coin fetching prices in the 100,000 plus range, depending on the grade. Coins with mint errors or unique features can also increase in value. These errors might include double strikes, die cracks, or other unusual imperfections that make the coin even rarer and more desirable. Collectors often seek out these rarities, which is why the demand for the 1973 Elizabeth II second portrait coin remains high. Many collectors are also particularly interested in owning a piece that represents a significant year in Australia's numismatic history, making the 1973 coin even more valuable. While most examples of the 1973 coin circulate in lower grades, higher-grade examples can achieve premium prices at auction. Coins in exceptional condition can command upwards of $100,000, depending on rarity, condition, and market demand at the time of sale. In fact, at recent auctions, examples in near-perfect condition have been seen fetching upwards of $150,000, depending on the specific coin's uniqueness. Beyond the tangible value, the 1973 Australian 50-cent coin is also of immense historical importance. The year 1973 marked the transition from the previous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which had appeared on Australian currency since 1953, to the second portrait, which would appear for the next 40 years. The change symbolized a new era in Australian numismatics, making the 1973 coin particularly sought after by numismatic historians and collectors. Moving on to another significant coin in the history of Australian numismatics, let's take a closer look at the 1995 Australia 50 cents coin, honoring Sir Edward Weary Dunlop. Sir Edward Dunlop is a national hero in Australia, renowned for his heroic actions during World War II, where he served as a surgeon in the infamous Japanese POW camps. The 1995 50-cent coin, which honors this extraordinary man, is one of the most valuable coins in Australian numismatics, largely due to the historical context behind it. The coin was released as part of the Australian Mint's series of commemorative coins, aimed at honoring the legacy of Australians who made significant contributions to the nation's history. Sir Edward Dunlop is celebrated not just for his role as a doctor, but for his unflinching courage in the face of unimaginable adversity. The obverse of the coin features a beautifully rendered portrait of Dunlop, while the reverse showcases his signature and a symbolic representation of the hardships he endured during the war. This coin was minted in limited numbers, making it rare and highly sought after in the collector's market. Only 8.7 million coins were minted, but it is the condition of the coin that primarily dictates its value. While many coins from the series have been released into circulation, only those in mint or proof condition hold the most value. The 1995 Sir Edward Dunlop 50-cent coin, especially in uncirculated condition, can fetch up to $100,000 at auction. This makes it one of the most valuable Australian commemorative coins in existence. The design of the 1995 coin is especially poignant. Sir Edward Dunlop's portrait is accompanied by a famous image of him, drawn from a photograph taken in 1943. His facial features are soft yet strong, reflecting the strength and resilience that he exhibited during his time as a prisoner of war. This coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a tribute to an Australian hero, and it stands as a testament to the sacrifices made by Dunlop and many others during the war. Error coins from this issue are also highly valued by collectors. While errors are rare, they can significantly increase the coin's worth, sometimes multiplying the value by several times over. Common errors include double strikes, misalignments, or even the omission of key details. Coins that feature these rare mistakes, especially in high-grade condition, are often considered the holy grail for collectors. The market for the 1995 Sir Edward Weary Dunlop coin remains robust, with coin dealers and private collectors alike seeking out examples in pristine condition. In recent years, the prices for well-preserved coins have soared, reflecting both the public's growing interest in numismatic investing and the ongoing appreciation for Australian war heroes. Auction houses have seen records broken, with some selling for over $120,000. The coin's inherent historical significance only adds to its value, ensuring that it remains a highly sought-after piece in the auction market. Next up, the New Zealand 50 cents Endeavour. 1988 coin stands as one of the most iconic and valuable coins in the history of New Zealand's coinage. This coin, which was released to commemorate the bicentennial anniversary of Captain James Cook's arrival in New Zealand, holds not only historic significance but also substantial value in today's market. The coin features an intricate design that highlights New Zealand's history, its connection to the sea, and the country's relationship with exploration. Captain James Cook's arrival in New Zealand aboard the HMS Endeavour in 1769 marked a pivotal moment in the history of the South Pacific, and this coin seeks to immortalize that event. The design of the coin portrays the HM Endeavour itself, with the image of the ship at sea, surrounded by waves that emphasize the exploration theme. The reverse side also features an inscription that marks the year of Cook's arrival, a further tribute to his voyage. When it comes to the mintage, the Endeavour coin was not mass-produced in the usual sense. Only a limited number were struck for collectors, and that rarity combined with the commemorative nature of the coin has greatly contributed to its skyrocketing value. The exact number of coins minted is often debated, but it is believed that fewer than 200,000 of these coins were originally produced for circulation, with many of those finding their way into private collections over the years. In terms of design, the coin is instantly recognizable for its beautiful portrayal of the Endeavour and the ship's historical importance. The artist's attention to detail makes the ship look alive, cutting through the waves of the Pacific. The coin also includes the official New Zealand emblem, featuring a stylized silver fern, further linking it to the country's natural heritage. One of the most exciting aspects of this coin is its error variety. Some of the coins from the initial run were struck with a slight misalignment, causing the design to appear slightly off-center. These coins, particularly in extra fine or higher condition, are immensely valuable as the error adds to the coin's uniqueness and rarity. In recent auction markets, the Endeavour 1988 coin has commanded eye-popping prices, with some specimens fetching as much as $120,000, depending on the coin's condition and provenance. The fact that only a select number of these coins exist in mint condition, coupled with the historical and cultural significance of the coin, has made it a top target for collectors. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin represents one of the rarest and most valuable pieces of New Zealand's coinage. The historical connection to Captain Cook's voyage and the rarity of the coin itself, particularly in extra fine condition, contribute to its impressive value. Next up, the Australia 50 cents. Elizabeth II. Second portrait. Dodecagonal. 1981 coin is another standout in the world of numismatics, known for its unique shape, historical significance, and the sheer value it has garnered over the years. Unlike most coins which are circular, this coin has a 12-sided or dodecagonal shape, which immediately sets it apart from others in circulation. The coin was designed as part of a new series that was introduced to celebrate the 1981 release of the new portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The 1981 series was special for a number of reasons. It marked a change in the design of Australia's 50-cent coin, with a new, more modern depiction of the reigning monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, replacing the older designs. The reverse side of the coin features an effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, created by renowned Australian artist Raphael Makhlouf. The portrait captures the Queen in a more youthful light, with a distinct contemporary look that differs from previous designs. The coin's most distinctive feature, however, is its shape. The dodecagonal form was selected to differentiate the 50-cent coin from other coins in circulation and make it more recognizable. At the time, it was an innovative step for the Royal Australian Mint, as they had never before struck coins in a 12-sided design. The dodecagonal shape became iconic, and even today it is one of the most recognizable features of Australian currency. In terms of mintage, the 1981 50-cent coin was issued in relatively large quantities. However, it was still considered a collectible coin due to its unique design and its association with the new portrait of the Queen. It is believed that around 25 million coins were minted in total, but due to the coin's distinctive and eye-catching design, many of these coins were set aside by collectors. As a result, a large number of these coins are now considered to be in fine or extra fine condition. The value of the 1981 Elizabeth II dodecagonal 50-cent coin has steadily increased over the years. In fine condition, this coin can fetch anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000 at auction, but in higher grades, particularly those with higher levels of mint luster or errors, the value can reach upwards of $100,000. Certain specimens, such as those with particularly sharp detail or an unusual strike error, are prized by collectors and command higher prices in the auction market. For instance, some coins with slight design defects, such as misstrikes or off-center errors, are known to fetch premium prices due to their scarcity and unique features. Collectors are particularly drawn to the 1981 dodecagonal coin due to its combination of rarity, design innovation, and historical significance. The coin stands as a tribute to both Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the Royal Australian Mint's ingenuity in pushing the boundaries of coin design. In recent years, auction houses have seen a surge in interest in these coins, with major bidding wars over particularly well-preserved or rare examples. The collector interest in the 1981 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin is not just about its design or rarity, but also its role in Australian history. This coin represents a pivotal moment in the evolution of Australian currency and is regarded by many as a symbol of the country's growing independence and its unique national identity. The coin's value is a direct reflection of its place in history, as well as the ongoing demand from collectors and investors. Thanks for joining us. Happy collecting!